so that you can hear me properly. Please mute your mics. You won't be able to see me because my video is off. So I'll be teaching in an audio mode. In case of any doubts, you can unmute yourself and ask me in between. Since this is the first class, I welcome you to the online class of IGNOU MCOM first year, first paper IBO 1. As you know, according to your course, your total syllabus has been divided into 6 papers, IBO 1 to 6. Each paper has 5 blocks or 5 units, we can say. According to it, we have been allotted 6 classes, and as per the duration, I'll try to complete all the blocks as per the time allotted to me. Before I start the class, I will request everyone to please write your full name and enrollment number in the chat box. Please write your full name and enrollment number in the chat box.
So there was one more thing I forgot to mention. Actually,
Sir.
we can share the PDF while you are discussing. You can share that PDF in presentation mode so that they can follow better.
So they have received the study material?
Some of them have received, some of them have not yet received.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have study material.
So
no, sir, we don't have study material. We didn't receive it yet.
So if you can open that PDF and discuss simultaneously, that will be a great benefit to them, I think.
Okay, sir.
So can we present that, open that PDF and present that now?
Yes,
so
sir.
That all other learners, while joining, please do not present. You join. Sir, is it available on your laptop now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir. Sir. So, have you opened that file?
Hello. Can you see the PDF file shown on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
Yes, sir.
yes.
No, sir.
Now,
Yes,
is it
sir.
fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we'll start. What do you mean by business? Anyone who wants to answer? What do you mean by business? What is business?
Exchange of goods and services, sir.
Okay, anyone else who wants to answer? What is business?
Being busy with something, some event.
What are the objectives of doing a business? Why we need to do a business?
A business is an organization where people work together. In a business, people work to make and sell products or services.
Anyone else? Okay. What do you mean by international environment? When we talk about environment, national, international environment, what do you mean by international environment?
An environment which is which helps us to reach the external countries for our benefit.
Okay, very good. Anyone else? Okay, I'll start. Please mute yourselves. A major difference between domestic and international business is the environment within which the business is conducted. The environment of a particular area or country affects your business. While doing business within one's own country, one is familiar with the working environment, what type of environment you are working in. But you don't know about the culture environment of the outside. In that case, how will you conduct your business? The various problems which you come across regarding the effects of environment on your business, which may include geographic, economic, financial, demographic, socio-cultural, political, legal, and ecological. So basically, these are the factors which affect your international business environment. Business environment comprises of various external factors and forces that surround a business firm and influence its decisions and operations. For example, suppose you want to do business. You cannot do it of your own. You have to follow certain rules and regulations according to which, please mute yourself. All are requested to mute themselves, please. Okay. What do you mean by cultural environment? What is cultural environment? What is culture? Anyone who wants to answer? A culture is defined as the sum total of man's knowledge, beliefs, art, morals, law, customs, and any other capabilities and habits acquired by man as a member of the society. Many things we have to do according to our culture. What the society has given us, we have to act accordingly to it. So this is one of the reasons it is affecting our business. This environment, this particular aspect affects our business also. Similarly, there are economic and financial environment which affects our business, which includes your pattern of expenditure, income, sources available, the amount of investment you are ready to do, the amount of loan you have taken, the amount of interest, etc. In geographic environment, it includes the different climatic conditions, features like size, location, hills, rivers, sea, natural resources and people around you, with the help of which you do business. Now the environment has been divided in two categories, micro and macro. What is micro environment? Somebody say it is a type of internal environment which affects your business internally. Whereas macro environment is external environment, which affects or which are the factors which affect your business externally. Macro environment will include your financial, geographic, economic, socio-cultural, demographic, political, legal and ecological forces. Whereas your micro will include the persons who are related to your business, like suppliers, the middlemen in between the buyer and the seller, the service organizations, competitors, customers, etc., who affect the business directly. While doing business, there are certain risks involved with it. For example, some political risks, like there are some rules and regulations of the government which we have to follow. Without that, we cannot do our business properly. So basically, a major difference between domestic and international business is the environment within which the business is conducted. While doing business within one's own country, one is familiar with the prevailing environment and is able to adjust to it. But generally, the problem with doing business in foreign countries is that the environment in foreign countries are different and also unfamiliar to a business firm. Because of environmental differences, strategies a firm uses in the home country might not be appropriate in the foreign countries. It means the rules, the regulations which you are following here may not be applicable in a foreign country because the rules are different there. One therefore needs to be extra careful in identifying various environmental forces operating in the home country, host country and global levels, and should examine their influence on production, personnel, that means laborers, financial and marketing operations of the firm. I take an example to explain this. Suppose I am doing business in India. Since I am born and brought up in India, I know how to survive in India by doing business because I know the rules and regulations, the culture of the people, the demand, the taste, etc. But if I want to establish my same business outside, it will be difficult for me because the culture of international business is different from the culture of national business. So when you are trying to do a business outside, you have to be very cautious regarding the rules and regulations and the environment prevailing there. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
If you want, I can teach in Odia also. Are you able to understand what I am telling?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we are able to understand.
Okay, thank you. So basically,
Yes, sir.
okay, now you mute yourselves. So basically, there is a difference between Indian environment and international environment. Since we are used to the policies framed by the government here, we can do our business easily. But to establish a new firm in a new environment will be difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. So what are the rules and regulations that you should remember while you're going for international trade? So before we start with international trade, what do you mean by trade? Anyone who want to answer? One by one, don't unmute all at a time.
For exchange of goods
Right?
and services.
Right? Exchange of goods and services. Apart from trade, in commerce we deal with aids to trade. What are the different aids to trade?
Sir, again, can you ask question?
Apart from trade, there are different aids to trade. That means different other things which help us in trade. What are those things?
Our external sources.
For example,
Our supplier, our customer,
Right.
our
Right.
Means rivals,
okay, competitors,
competitors. Sorry, and
World Bank, IMF.
banks which are supporting us, financial support, which are giving us financial support.
the economic conditions also affects our business.
Yes, rightly said. External environment will include your economic conditions.
And
What else?
Sir, the
Customer
government
demands.
policies and subsidies also help us.
yes,
Yes. Then okay. Apart from this, we know that banking sector, insurance, storage and warehousing, these are the other services which helps us in trade. Now, trade can be categorized into two parts. That is internal and external. What are internal trade? What is internal trade?
internal trade.
Exchange of domestic goods.
Trade that is conducted within the domestic boundaries of the country, right?
Yes,
That can be wholesale trade or retail trade. Then what is external trade?
Outside the boundaries of the country,
Which includes examples.
export,
Yes, very good. Export trade and import trade, right?
Yes.
Apart from import and export, we have one more trade, that is entry-port trade. What is entry-port trade? All are from commerce background, I think.
Yes, sir.
Right.
yes, sir.
What do you mean by entry-port trade?
Sir, maybe like collaborations.
No.
Goods imported from one country with the purpose of re-exporting to another country.
Yes, very good. Entry-port trade means you have imported some goods and exporting the same goods which you have imported to another country. That means you'll purchase from one country and sell the same items to the other country. Basically, in this subject, that is IBO 1, we'll be dealing with only international business. That is export, import and entry-port. Clear?
Okay, sir.
In this blog, we'll be discussing different theories related to international trade. Now, what are the basic objectives of trade theories? The first objective is to have relationship between two countries in the form of trading. We should be able to sell goods to those who require our goods, or we should create demand. The second objective is to earn currency. Since we are exporting, we can get money in terms of other currency and increase our GDP. Similarly, if we import goods, we are getting goods from outside the country and build good relationship with them. How is it possible to sell our goods to other countries? I would request, please mute your mics. Akash, Anjali.
Ask the question again, sir.
Okay, my question was how you can increase demand for your products outside your country.
Selling special goods.
What do you mean by special goods?
So the goods which are rarely found in any of the countries. Just like I'll give example of USA. will give example of petroleum products. We can rarely found them, and we have to buy them only from certain countries.
Anyone else?
Advertisements.
Okay, you can create demand by good advertisements. Anything else? Anyone?
Starting from our own country, domestic country.
Repeat. Repeat your answer. Anshuman, repeat your answer. Okay. First of all, we should manufacture those products which are demanded by people outside. Now, just manufacturing won't help in the long run. It should be a quality product with lower cost. Lower cost generally doesn't mean the cheapest cost. It means product at a good price. After manufacturing the product, you have to create demand for the product. How? By providing proper knowledge to the people that this product is available with us. When a demand is created, people will order and we can export a product. So there are different theories which we should remember. The first one is absolute advantage. The advantage enjoyed by a country because it can produce a product at a lower cost than other countries. This is a theory of international trade where a country enjoys to manufacture a particular product because it can produce that product at lower cost in its own country. If that same product can be manufactured by the other country at a higher price, nobody will purchase from that country. Instead of that, we will be getting the orders to supply the product because we can produce that at a lower cost. This theory is known as absolute advantage theory. In our country, we have the advantage of producing that product at a lower cost. Second theory says that about competitive advantage. According to this, the advantage enjoyed by a country in the production of a product that can be produced more efficiently than other products. That means you should produce that product which you can produce it very efficiently. Efficiently generally in terms of quality product at reasonable price. If the price is high, what will happen? Suppose you have manufactured a good product, its quality is very good, but the price is very high. What will happen?
The demand.
No one will take it, sir.
Yes, no one will purchase it because the price is too high. So we should
Demand
produce those. We should produce those products which will have demand, and those products are demanded which have reasonable price with good quality. How we can decide what product we should manufacture here? What are the conditions we should go for so that we can produce a product? What are the basic criteria to decide produce a product?
Research about our national resources.
Availability of raw material, labor, and
Yes.
easy to transport.
Okay. What else? The first one very rightly said, availability of raw material. Yes.
So demand of the product, how much the customer wants, desire of the customer according to them.
Okay. What else? Okay, listen. First of all, we should manufacture that product which is demanded by the people. Now, just demand cannot fulfill the requirements because we need to produce that product, and for that we need 5 M's of production. What are the 5 M's of production? Anyone can answer? 5 M's of production.
Men, machine, money,
Material.
material.
And methods.
Yes.
Before we continue, tell me one thing. These 5 things are available in limited stock or unlimited stock?
Limited.
Yes. These are resources which are limited availability. And using these resources, we have to do the production and take out the maximum benefit out of it. How we can do that? By utilizing our scarce resources properly. These are known as economies of scale. We should manufacture those products which we can easily produce and for which we can easily procure raw materials, men, methods, and machinery available in our own country. Because of that, we will be able to produce quality products at reasonable prices. Now, when we are exporting or importing goods, there are certain terms and conditions that we should follow. Because you cannot export or import goods as your own wish. There are certain rules and regulations you need to follow. There will be an agreement between the parties, and according to the terms and conditions, we can import and export our products. In +3, you might have learned about balance of payments.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In business environment.
Yes, sir.
What are the components of balance of payment?
Surplus and deficit.
Those are not the components. I'm sorry. What are the components of balance of payments? How many types of accounts it comprises of?
The current account.
Yes.
Current account and final account.
Current account and capital account.
Current account, capital account.
What is current account?
No.
What does current account of balance of payment show?
Trade in
current
goods, trade in service.
Yes, trade of goods and services.
Yes.
And what about capital account?
Investment loans and bank.
This account reflects the changes in a country in the ownership of long-term and short-term financial assets. From balance of payment, we can have deficit.
Capital account.
The capital account reflects the changes in the country in the ownership of long-term and short-term financial assets. Am I clear? Akash?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The capital account reflects the changes in long-term and short-term financial assets. Now, in the balance of payment, we can have either deficit or surplus. What does that mean? What does that mean? When we say we have a deficit,
When we go in loss, sir.
When
no losses. We are talking about trade between two countries.
Our imports are greater than our exports.
Yes. When your imports are greater than your exports, then we go for a deficit. And vice versa is surplus. Which is good for the country? Which is good for the country?
Surplus.
Surplus.
Why?
Because we have a upper hand on the other country.
In terms of
Money.
yes,
Money.
we can say currency.
Goods.
We can,
FDI.
Yes.
okay. So there are certain factors which will affect our balance of payment. First is inflation. What do you mean by inflation?
Reduction in price.
Recession.
Increasing in price of goods.
Increase in value of money.
Where you are paying more for less. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. When is a situation, inflation is a situation when you are paying more for less value goods. Is it good for a country?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why?
Because they, after that there will be no savings for
Because
savings
of that,
available.
yes. Because of that, our purchase price will increase and profit margin will decrease. Due to which there will be no savings and no investments further. Second is government restrictions. Suppose there is a war between two countries. What will happen?
Government will seize their seize each other goods which they will supply to each other.
Okay, I take an example. In this month, I went into trade with Pakistan. There was a contract between us to supply goods in the month of July. In June, there is a war between both the countries. What will happen?
The trade will be cancelled.
Yes.
Stop.
Due to due to uncertainties, there will be a loss to the countries involved in trade because of restrictions imposed by the government. Because we are not sure what will happen in future. We enter into trade, but somehow if the regulation changes, please mute yourself. In case situation changes and government starts imposing restrictions, it will be difficult for us to go for trade. Due to this, we will lose business. Next important aspect is exchange rate. What is exchange rate? What is exchange rate?
One currency will exchange with another currency.
The value of country's currency in terms of other currencies, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
This is called as exchange rate. Does exchange rate affects our international trade?
एक्सचेंज रेट मतलब जिस करेंसी के रेट कहते हैं.
Yes, that is correct.
Can you repeat again?
Will exchange rate affect our country's international trade?
Yes.
Yes,
How?
sir.
How?
Yes, sir.
How? Give an example.
Sir, our
Suppose the
capital
action
income.
so surplus or deficit may problem.
Yes, there will be a difference between surplus and deficit. What do you mean by equilibrium of balance of payment?
When the imports are equal to our exports.
That means there is no
Yes, sir.
surplus or deficit, right? When there is no surplus or deficit, we say that the balance of payment is equal or at equilibrium, right? Suppose there is a disequilibrium. There is a difference between the balance of payment. What we can do? What are the different methods to correct it?
When there are much more imports, then we try to produce the same goods in our country so that we can import less of them.
Anyone else would like to add something? If the exchange rate in one country will increase, it will lead to decline in export. The demand for exports will decrease and vice versa. It means it will be having a negative impact in the host country, in the country where production is being conducted and goods are to be exported. So different methods are there to correct this disequilibrium. One is use of past reserves. What are reserves? Accounts में पढ़ोगे तुम लोग. What are reserves?
The amount
Set
which is
aside, set aside of profit.
The amount kept aside out of profit to meet future liabilities, right?
Yes.
In case future में कोई भी ऐसा circumstances आया जहाँ पे we need money or we want to able to balance our expenses or losses, we take the help of reserves. Second is borrowings from IMF. These are the institutions which provide financial help. They will give us loan. There are different monetary and fiscal policies also, where with the help of which we can correct the disequilibrium. And finally, the exchange rate adjustments. Suppose we decide the last one is the adjustments of exchange rate. We enter into contract, we fix the price, and according to that, we are going to sell our products. Okay, we'll take a break of 5 minutes, then we'll come back. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Be present. We'll be back after 5 minutes.
Okay, sir.
अरे यार साउंड कम कर दो.
Hello, learners. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
sir.
Actually, two requests I have made. First is if you are not speaking, kindly keep your microphone in mute mode so that background noise will not disturb others.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
This was the first request, but
Okay, sir.
some of you are not adhering to it. Actually, that is creating disturbance in the class. And the second thing is to put your enrollment number in the chat box. Most of you have put typed in, so thanks a lot. And there is another thing. Actually, present button is not for your attendance. It is to present, like right now Shivani Bal. She has not muted and we are getting the background noise. So all are requested to mute. And yeah, well, I was talking about the present button. Present button is just to share your screen, PPT, PDF, whatever you want to. So you actually need not click on present button. You need to click on join button always. So the present button is meant for the counselor, or if someday you will be presenting, then you will be using that. But kindly do not use the present button in the meantime, because if the counselor is sharing you something, that will be interrupted. So that is the thing I wanted to share. So sir has taken break, so please wait till he joins. Or if anybody has
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, how about the assignment? We should submit the assignment in soft copy or hard copy?
No. You are going to appear the exam in December, na?
Yes, sir.
We are January session batch.
Yes,
so I have
January session.
No, July session, not January session.
No. You are January session. July session not.
We are
yet.
January session batch.
January 2020 session is going to appear their first exam in December. Yes, sir. So, if you are going to appear your exam in December, you are supposed to submit your assignment in the month of August or September.
But so how shall we submit that assignment?
But we didn't get assignment.
Okay. So, since lockdown will be over by that time, you need to submit your assignment in the study center, and that is not soft copy. That will be hard copy.
Sir, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
What will be summoned? Sorry, sir. We didn't get the assignment questions.
Assignment questions there already.
They are distributed in Gmail accounts. Please check your email.
Brother, there are. I checked my Gmail account, and in that there are the recent mails that are from 1920.
Okay. Yeah, actually 19 July and January 20.
Brother, you.
First time.
Okay, sir. So those are same, and we have to write those. Okay, sir.
Or else you check the IGNOU website, you will find that MCOM uploaded one.
Actually, I was confused. Sorry, brother, but actually I was confused because there was written 1920, na. So the questions are.
Or else you give your number. I will WhatsApp you the PDF file.
Can you? Yes, I can. Sure. Can you write down that?
Okay, I am writing my number. You can pin me up.
Sir, we have assignment in a plain paper, na?
So kindly give us details about the assignment.
Please repeat your question.
Sir, we will do our assignment in plain paper, na? 1/4 size.
A4 size paper.
And we do the margin on the 4-sided.
Yeah, there is a YouTube video in our website, in the YouTube, where this video is also going to be uploaded. You check there. Our Assistant Regional Director, Dr. BK Sahu, has explained everything about assignment in that video. You first watch that. If you will have any doubt, then you can contact.
Okay, sir.
Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Which
sir.
one is? Sorry, sir, but someone is talking to me. I didn't get his name, so sorry for that.
My
He
name is
was
Gaurav. My
Gaurav
name is
Das.
Gaurav.
Okay, sorry, brother. I didn't asked your name before. So
No,
may I
but
write?
whatever you want to share, you can write that in chat window, and that will be visible to everybody.
So may I write my WhatsApp number so he can send me the
Yeah,
details?
please write, no problem.
There is a link in chat box for your assignments.
Is that for January session? The link is for January session or July session?
For
It's
both of them, for July also and January also.
Sir,
Okay,
can you
thank
hear me?
you.
I got it, brother.
Yes. Thank you. So please send me as soon as possible when you got free.
Okay. After this session, I will send you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, welcome back. We'll start again. Please mute yourselves.
Yes, sir.
Anshuman, please mute yourself.
Okay.
Okay. I was hearing about your queries regarding assignments. Just to tell you, you can write in plain paper also. You can write in single line sheets also. Apart from that, you can write on the both sides of the paper also. What you will do, in the first page, you will write the details about yourself. Your name, enrollment number, address, subject, IBO number and the name of the subject, including your contact number. Two things are important. Your enrollment number and your contact number should be correct, so that in case of any problem in future, the IGNOU authorities can contact you. Second, you'll get your assignments in the website. Download those assignments, take out the printout. First page will be your 5 questions that are given in the assignment. After that, your answer sheets will start. Suppose you are answering question 1, first write down the full question, then answer it, then draw a line, then second question, then answer it, and so on. After that, when you have completed your assignments, please put page number so that none of the pages are missing and the authorities can correct it properly. Make sure you are putting stapler and a sellotape on it. You need not give your shoe file or stick file, nothing of that sort. It's not required. Make your answers presentable. Instead of copying directly from the study material, try to write down in your own words. You can Google the answers, you can take the text with the help of Google to find out the answers, but just don't copy and write out. Make sure you are using your own words also. Is it clear? Any other doubt regarding assignment?
No,
No,
sir. Very
sir.
much. Thank you.
Okay, most welcome. We will continue. We were discussing about balance of payment, that is current account, capital account, the reasons for difference between balance of payment, and then again, what are the different techniques we can use to solve disequilibrium between the balance of payment. Something related to it, I'm going to read out. Just listen. Following emergence of global competition and consequently increased flows of goods, services and capital, and understanding of balance of payment is very essential for businessmen. Balance of payment is an accounting record of the transactions between the residents of one country and the residents of the rest of the world over a period of time. It is a standard double entry and as such subject to all the rules of double entry bookkeeping. What is double entry bookkeeping? Anyone? +2 accounts. Double entry bookkeeping.
Every transaction has effects.
Yes.
Just in journal, there is account.
Every
But
transaction has 2 aspects. Then
yes, sir. Every transaction has double
Registering
effect.
of transactions in a particular book.
anyone
Hello?
else? Yes.
Yes, sir.
It is a record of business transactions and every transaction has 2 aspects. and we record both the aspects of the transaction, right? All transactions which lead to an immediate or prospective payment from the rest of the world to the country should be recorded as a credit entry. Conversely, all transactions which result in an actual or prospective payment from the country to the rest of the world are debits. That means when you are purchasing, purchase account is debited, and when you are selling, sales is credited. Balance of payments is a collection of accounts. It consists of mainly three types of accounts. Two already you had said, that is current account and capital account. The third one is reserves account. In order to correct the disequilibrium, we use reserves account. Under current account, imports and exports of goods and services and unilateral transfer of funds are included. In capital account, capital transactions related to changes in assets and liabilities of the country are included. The reserves account is concerned with the assets held by the central bank of the country, which are used to settle the deficits and surpluses that arise on the other two categories. That means in case of deficit or surplus of capital account or current account, we are going to use reserves account. When exports of merchandise exceeds imports, the situation is referred as trade surplus or surplus on trade account. Excess of imports over exports results in trade deficit or deficit on trade account. When exports and imports of services and transfers are added to the trade balance, the result is balance is transferred to balance on current account. Similarly, when credit exceeds debits, it is called a current account surplus, and alternatively, it is a debit account surplus. The capital account records the changes in the levels of international financial assets and liabilities. Therefore, the overall balance is adjusted against movement in reserves and assets. A nation's balance of payment account is said to be in disequilibrium when it is neither drawing upon its international reserves to make excess payments or accumulating such reserves as a result of its receipts. It can be classified as a short-term or cyclical disequilibrium and a long-term or structural disequilibrium. Cyclical disequilibrium arises on account of cyclical factors and can be corrected by short-term measures. Similarly, structural disequilibrium arises on account of long-term structural changes and can be corrected only by initiating changes in the economic structure, such as diversification of economy. Now, we had discussed certain reasons of disequilibrium, which includes inflation, national income, government restrictions, and exchange rates. Now we come to the next part of the topic, the different instruments that are used in trade policy. What is the theory of trade? How do you determine quantity and price in trade? Economics, Padicha? Have you read economics?
Yes, sir.
Tell me how you get an equilibrium in a market. How do you get equilibrium in a market?
Satisfying position of a customer and a supplier. That is called equilibrium.
Okay, anyone else who want to add something? Okay, I'll start with the basics. What is the relationship between demand and price?
Sir, demand increases, price decreases.
I think you're saying the opposite.
Sorry, sir.
Demand
When
increases, price increases.
Price, sorry, sir.
No, both are wrong. When price increases, demand will fall.
Demand falls, sir. Yes, sir.
You said the vice versa.
Yes, sir.
We have to talk in terms of price first, right? When the price of a product increases in the market, the demand of the product will fall. That means there is an inverse relationship between demand and price. What is the relationship between supply and price?
When supply increases, price is also increases.
Again, same thing, price increases, supply will increase. From customer point of view, what you want? Suppose you are a customer, what you want?
Good thing at a lower price.
Yes. From producer point of view, what you will require? What you demand?
Producer.
Supply increases, price will be decreased.
No.
Supplier wants more money in less expense.
Yes. So there is an equilibrium between both the demand and the supply curve. When you see the curve, the demand curve is left sloping, downward sloping, whereas the supply curve is the other way around. It is directly in relationship to the price. When there is a equilibrium between demand and supply, we get the quantity and price. Yes or no? That price is known as the equilibrium price, where both the supplier and the customer is satisfied. When a trade will take place between buyer and seller?
At the satisfaction point, when both of the party agrees to buy and sell a product
at the price decided by them, right?
Yes, at the price decided.
Yes.
Decided.
If both the parties agree to the price and the quantity decided by them, then a trade takes between them. This theory of trade is known as equilibrium theory, where the demand and supply will interact and both will come equal to a particular point known as the demand point and the quantity demanded point and the price point, where it will be fixed by the demand and supply curve. What is the nature of the demand curve?
It will rise, always rise.
Demand curve?
No, sir. Sorry, sir, I forgot. Some.
Anyone else? Nature of demand curve?
It's downward sloping.
Yes, it is downward sloping from left to right. Supply curve?
Upward sloping.
Upward from left to right.
Yes,
and
with respect to price.
Yes, in the intersection of demand curve and supply curve, you will get the price and quantity. Clear? Now we'll discuss different barriers to trade. It has been divided into two parts known as tariff barriers and non-tariff barriers. Do you have a rough copy with you?
Yes, sir.
Write down, I'm calling out some points.
Yes, sir.
Tariff barriers are
Sir, is it a difference between?
No. I'm just giving you some handwritten notes so that you can follow while writing down your answers.
Yes.
Just
sir.
some points, special points.
Okay, sir.
Tariff barriers are those barriers which refers to a tax imposed by a government.
So, are those barriers?
Which refers to a tax imposed by a government, tax, 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 imposed by a government on physical goods as they move in or out of the country. As they move in or out of the country. It includes transit duties.
Sir?
Transit, TRANSIST. transit duties,
Export duties also, na?
I'm calling out, continue, comma, export duty and import duty. Second point, non-tariff barriers generally refers to government policies and administrative practices and administrative practices other than tariff barriers that regulate or restrict the foreign trade or restrict the foreign trade.
Yes.
It includes quantitative restrictions, comma, custom classification and valuation,
Sir, once more, custom
classification. Got it?
Yes, sir. Classification
And valuation, comma, subsidies. What are subsidies?
Relaxation in price.
Yes, very good. Subsidies, comma, local content and foreign investment performance requirement comma, technical and health regulations, comma, anti-dumping regulations,
Sir,
anti-dumping, ANTI-DUMPING, comma, surcharges, comma, government procurement,
Service charges.
surcharges, SURCHARGES, additional charges or tax which we pay is known as surcharges. Government procurement and restriction on services Start a new paragraph. For balance of payment adjustments,
So what?
for balance of payment adjustments, there are two exchange rates. There are two types of exchange rates. There are two types of exchange rates. That is flexible exchange rate and fixed exchange rate. and fixed exchange rate. Under flexible exchange rate, system, the rate at which rupee will depreciate,
Sir?
the rate at which rupee will depreciate will be equal to the difference between the difference between the Indian inflation rate and the
inflation rate.
rate and the inflation rate in the rest of the world. But under fixed exchange rate system, a deficit in the balance of payments is adjusted by the money supply changes and the consequent changes in the price level. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Have you written?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you can ask me a doubts in case anything you want to get it cleared. If it's not clear, I can repeat it. Write down a question. Make 3 columns. Price, first column price,
First column,
price,
price,
second column quantity demanded,
price,
second column
second column,
Sir, we can't audible.
please mute yourself. Anjali, please mute yourself. Yes, second column is quantity demanded, third is quantity supplied, written?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In price, write down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Tole tole likhibo below. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Written?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In quantity demanded, write down 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. In quantity supplied, write down 900, 800, 700, 600 and 500. Written?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir.
tell me what is the equilibrium price and the quantity demand and the quantity?
Sir?
At point
Oh,
8.
yes, at price 8. You can see there the demand and supply of the product is same at price 8. Yes or no?
Yes.
That
Yes.
means the two parties will enter into the contract at this price when the amount of the quantity, that is 700, is same. Now we can represent this in a graph. What we'll do, we'll draw three types of graph. First, the demand graph, then the supply graph, then a combination of both.
Equilibrium.
So first you draw the demand graph. X axis से रखिबो quantity, Y axis से रखिबो price. Draw the demand graph, then draw the supply graph, then a equilibrium graph. तीनटा graph draw करो. On the X axis, keep the quantity. On the Y axis, keep the price. Draw fast. Am I clear? The example?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Akash, please mute yourself.
So in demand graph, price will be in x-axis or y-axis?
Y axis से price रखिबो left side, तले रखिबो quantity.
Okay.
Sir, the screen is not visible.
I'm not showing anything.
आपको एक दिन में सोमवार से मैं नहीं पढ़ पाऊंगा तो आप मेरे को ऐसा देखिए आपने सोमवार से पढ़ के नहीं ना तो एक ही से पढ़ लिया ना मैं भी मार्किंग वाली पढ़ लिया लेकिन कम से
Sir, if we put quantity in the x-axis in demand graph, the graph will become a upward sloping curve.
Yes, yes. That is the reason I said to you, keep it on the Y axis. Price should be in the Y axis.
Okay. In supply also.
In both the graphs. Who is Suruchi Sharma? Please mute yourself. Suruchi Sharma. Yes.
Sir, done.
You can share the graph on the screen.
Wait. Can I make a rough one?
Your demand curve is wrong. You Your demand curve is wrong.
So it's done.
So it's done.
Sir, mine.
Is the example clear?
Sir, this one is correct.
Just 1 minute. Sir, can the students share the screen to show the graph? Sir?
Sir, we have to touch the screen who is showing the picture.
Okay.
देख मैथ पढ़ने बैठा है सर, मैथ क्लास करा रहे हैं।
Nikita, please mute yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They can share.
I think they are unable to share this.
No. They can share. There is no problem in sharing.
If they open the
students-
camera, we can see the smaller picture. Then we have to touch that screen. Then it will appear as a bigger screen.
Yeah, you can.
So what? Yes.
You can pin that. If you are pinning that, that will be shown as a bigger picture. Just like if you can see Suruchit
I can
Sharma.
just see the graphs what you have done.
Just like this, somebody can share.
Okay, my point was with this example, you should be unable to find out the demand curve and the supply curve, and the interaction or intersection between both the curves will give you the quantity and the price, the equilibrium quantity and the equilibrium price. Is the example clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is basically a
Yes,
simple
sir.
example to show how price and quantity is decided in a market so that trade can take place. If you have any doubts, you can ask me.
No, sir.
Okay. Now write down. The international business environment
Sir, this one is correct.
Hello. Ready? Hello.
Sir, this one is correct.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
One more,
Okay, write down.
sir, one more question. The price is increasing. The demand also be decreasing in this situation.
Yes.
Sir, I'm asking one question. If the price is rising, the quantity demand also be decreasing also not.
We have shown that in the graph. You can see the price. The price comes from 10,9,876 and the quantity demand is increasing from 500 to 600 to 700 to 800 to 900. Clear?
Yes, sir.
But in case of supply, if your price will fall, your supply quantity will also fall.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
There's the opposite relationship between demand and supply.
Yes, sir.
With
Yes, sir.
price and demand, we have inverse relationship. Supply, we have direct relationship.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And when both the curves will intersect, we will get the actual price and quantity in which trade takes place.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, is this correct?
I'm unable to see your screen. Okay, I got it. Yes, this is correct. ये किसका है?
Himani Davani.
Yes, this is correct. We'll continue. Anyone who wants to show the graph, I can see now.
No.
और कोई ग्राफ क्या है चाहता है, they can show. Okay, fine. We'll continue.
Sir, is this correct?
Let me see. Who has shown this? Price, quantity. Yes, this is correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. और कोई? Those who want to share the screen?
Sir, Nikita Agarwal.
Let me see. This one is correct. Yes, Nikita, share the screen. ठीक है निकिता, करेक्ट है.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now we'll continue. The international business environment can be classified into two. That is micro environment into two. That is micro environment and macro environment.
One second, sir.
Yes. What happened? Shall I continue? What happened?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The micro environment consists of
Microenvironment consists of
suppliers, various market intermediaries, various
suppliers,
comma, various market intermediaries,
market
intermediaries माने middlemen, intermediaries,
अच्छा हाँ ठीक है.
and service organizations such as middlemen,
So
service organizations such as middlemen, transporters, warehouses. What is a warehouse?
Sir,
Where
go
to
down.
store something.
Down.
The store.
Go down where
Where
finished
to store
production. Yes. Advertising, market research agencies,
Sir.
market research agencies,
Yes, sir.
business consulting firms,
Sir, repeat.
business consulting firms, financial institutions. Please mute yourselves. Financial institutions, competitors, customers,
Sir, financial institutions.
competitors, customers, and general public. And general public. The macro environment includes factors such as geographic, economic, financial, socio-cultural, political, legal, technological,
Sir, political.
and
Sir, please say to switch off the mic. Sir.
Shivanand Mahanti, please switch off your mic, unmute yourself, mute yourself. Shivanand Mahanti,
Yes, sir.
please
Yes, sir.
mute yourself. Yes, political, legal, then technological, and ecological factors. Written?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The different trade theories, of international trade includes number one, absolute advantage theory. Second, comparative advantage theory.
So what?
Comparative advantage theory. These are the points which we have already discussed. I'm just giving you the summary form so that you can refer your books while reading for your or writing down your assignments. Now change paragraph. The balance of payment consists of current account, capital account, and reserves account. The balance of payment can show.
So wait.
Sir, repeat once again, sir.
The balance of payment can show either a deficit or a surplus. The current account includes the country's international trade, the country's international trade in terms of goods and services. In terms of goods and services. Whereas the capital account shows the changes in the ownership of long-term and short-term financial assets in a country. The different factors which affect balance of payment includes inflation, national income, government restrictions, and exchange rate. There are different methods of correcting the disequilibrium. There are different methods of correcting disequilibrium, which includes
Correcting
disequilibrium, which includes number 1, use of past reserves. Second, borrowings from IMF. Third, monetary and fiscal policy measures. Last, exchange rate adjustments. Over?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With this, we come to the end of block 1. That is IBO 01. Block 1 is over. Just a short recap before I end the class. Today we discussed about international business environment. What are the different theories of international trade? What do you mean by balance of payment? What are the components? How we can adjust the disequilibrium? What are the factors? And what are the different instruments used in trade policy? If anyone has any doubt, can ask me.
Sir, I am having.
Bolo.
Sir, what do you mean by exchange control, sir?
What do you mean by?
Exchange control.
See, in relation to trade, when there is an exchange of goods and services in terms of money, first you should see whether it is profitable to you or not.
Okay,
Will you, as a seller, be ready to sell goods at a lesser price?
No, sir.
Obviously not. What you need, your objective is to earn profit, which will help in the growth of the business and growth of the nation too. So exchange between two countries are controlled by the regulations that is being going on in both the countries. For example, I gave the war between two countries. At that time, the trade between both the countries will be stopped. So there should be an exchange control so that it will be beneficial to the buyer and the seller in both the countries.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, flexible exchange rate means?
Suppose you enter into a contract and the goods are to be delivered after 6 to 7 months. After 6 to 7 months, can you imagine or can you guess what the price of rate of exchange will be at that time?
It's higher.
You are not sure. There may be inflation, there may be deflation. In that case, when you enter into a contract, we write down as flexible exchange rate so that the prevailing price will be taken into consideration when payment is made.
Achha. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anyone else? Acha, you must have got your timetable.
3 to 5, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll be having classes from 3 to 5. Daily from today onwards till I think 1st of June.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have taken my class. If anything you want to instruct, sir.
So from tomorrow I cannot be able to join the class.
You have the option of watching the recorded class. If you are unable to come, you can see the recorded class also.
Okay, sir, then it's fine.
Sir, I have a query.
Yes.
Sir, quota versus tariff means?
What?
Sir, that 4.5, they're having quota versus tariff.
Tariff is the rate of exchange. Transportation cost is sometimes called as tariff.
Sir, no, that is means quota, sir, what?
Quantity to be purchased at a particular point of time.
Okay.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have taken my class. If you want to instruct anything to the students.
No, sir, nothing. It's
So we can leave.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. Thank you, guys. We'll meet tomorrow again at 3 o'clock. I'll continue with block 2. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.